Redesigning systems for more equitable outcomes requires that we draw on human-centered design approaches that put people center stage. It recognizes that our capacity for systems change requires an understanding of how people interact with and are impacted by the systems where we live, learn, work, and play. In this module, you'll learn the key role that empathy plays in Shift's approach to improvement, how it helps ensure that everyone who should be included is included, and why that's important, and how all of this taken together will deepen trust, develop diverse leaders in your work, and build capacity for change. Empathy deepens our capacity for systems transformation because it's all about understanding the points of view, perspectives, and experiences of others without judgment. Empathy involves connecting through feeling and emotions. Empathy is critical to the success of an improvement effort because we need to include all perspectives in order to fully see the system and its complexity. Most of us understand the value of empathy and how it helps us communicate and strengthen our interpersonal relationships with friends and family. In the context of a more complex system of relationships, such as a school or a school district, taking into account having empathy for the full spectrum of experiences of those who engage with the system is essential. Creating a culture of empathy helps us to build a diverse and cohesive team where there's mutual trust, transparency, and respect. Recognize opportunities to collect more information or data to learn from different perspectives. Identify who's not at the table that should be, and generate new ideas to improve the issue. Let's consider a relevant lesson for the parable of the elephant. A group of blindfolded people are tasked with figuring out what they are in the presence of. Each person forms a different understanding based on their hands-on perspective in the moment, as well as the life experience each brings to the situation. It's only by sharing their experiences, listening, and learning from others that they are able to identify the whole object as an elephant. The same dynamic is true in our individual contexts. Each of us brings our own unique and multi-layered identity to the work we do, as well as an incomplete view of the system we're trying to improve. While our identities allow us to contribute in unique ways, it's essential to also learn from a multitude of different perspectives in order to see the full system. Think about the context in which you want to improve. How will you center on the people most impacted by the system, be they students in schools, patients in the hospital, or people experiencing homelessness in our cities? Whose perspectives are often missing from the conversation? Whose perspectives need to be amplified to see the full picture? Historically, the stakeholders most impacted by these kind of transformative initiatives have been the least represented during the development of solutions. Powerful improvement is based on building a culture of deeply inclusive collaboration that makes room for and values both lived experience and professional expertise. Drawing on human-centered design principles, designing systems with people rather than for them provides an opportunity to create meaningful improvement. So how do you do this? Start by identifying and seeking multiple perspectives. As we work to understand the issues contributing to a problem, we want to create a comprehensive picture of how individuals' experiences contribute to the whole and capture their ideas about how we might address them. There are several tools that support us in this work, one of them being a perspective prism. Let's take a closer look at a real-life example. Let's say you want to address school attendance. How might you approach the discussion? Ideally, you'll have the various stakeholders in the room to share perspectives. Let's imagine a student, teacher, principal, parent, and so on. Have them think quietly for a moment about the questions from the perspective of their role. What are the issues that contribute to the problem? What did they hear from others about the issue? Remember, withhold judgment as you brainstorm ideas and stay open to new ideas about how this problem could be addressed. There may be overlap between the categories or roles. That's okay. Don't be afraid of lots of ideas or ideas that seem too wild. It's partly the point of the exercise. And don't worry, you will have a chance to refine these ideas. Notice the moments that we are unable to see the perspectives of those whose experiences are different than our own. This is an opportunity to lean in and listen deeply. By working this way, you can avoid creating an improvement initiative based only on a partial perspective, one that likely privileges the people who already have power to change the system. It avoids the likelihood of replicating or strengthening the inequities in the system when the intent is to disrupt them. This exercise builds empathy and connection and has the potential to get to better solutions faster. Getting all voices to the table is only part of the work. Ensuring those voices hold equal power on your improvement team is the next step. To paraphrase Marshall Gans, organizing focuses on power, who has it, who doesn't, and how to build enough of it to shift the power relationship and bring about change. Many organizations are designed with hierarchical power structures in place, where one person at the top holds the power. This chain of command model creates a dependency on a strong leader, slows communication and progress, reduces autonomy, and creates competition. Rather than learning and improvement, these power structures often perpetuate systems of inequity. It also inhibits a culture where other people can lead and contribute their unique perspectives. Gantz developed a model of inclusion in which power is built outward from a few leaders to other interconnected leaders to achieve a shared purpose. Instead of chain of command, this model creates a chain of creativity and commitment. When people are permitted to use their own creativity and experiences to complete their work, they take more psychological ownership, which creates more buy-in and higher quality outcomes. We found these structures for distributed leadership to better support learning and improvement when designing improvement initiatives. Within this structure, contributors at every level are more likely to engage, develop, and stay committed to the common vision. It lets you access the different expertise and wisdom throughout the organization and creates a forum for frank discussions where lived experience and professional expertise intersect to generate deeper insights that influence every challenge we work on together. In summary, the more we work together in these new ways, the more we start to realize how people experience things differently. It creates the opportunity to identify who should be involved in designing and implementing your improvement initiative, and to invite them to be part of the improvement team or a larger design committee. Over time, they're able to grow into playing leadership roles for different parts of the change effort. Ideally, it's all a part of your ongoing effort to build a culture of inclusion and transparency, continuously examining and improving the system alongside those most impacted by it.